ready to have some fun with a stick? That's right, I'm Kate, your certified Pilates instructor. I'm going to show you just how powerful this dowel is on the reformer. Let's get on with it with our stick. So if you guys have the one that has the little eyelets that is used on the tower, what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and take off your straps and you're going to go ahead and clip your dowel in. If you do not have a dowel that has these little eyelets there, you're going to go ahead and thread your dowel through your straps. To start with our warm-up, you're going to go ahead and load it with one red spring if you're on a balanced body. If you're not on a balanced body, go ahead and choose your medium heavy spring load. You're going to want to make sure that your dowel is resting right near the headrest across your metal frame. From there, we're going to go ahead and lay down onto our back. You're going to reach back and grab onto the dowel with both of your hands. I want your hands to go wide on that dowel. Fingertips nice and long up towards that ceiling. Slight pressure into that dowel. So the fingers, think your wrists are slightly in front of your shoulders. Keeping your spine nice and heavy. One at a time, let's bring our legs up to a tabletop and hold. So I want to start with a hold. One, to make sure we start breathing. Taking in those inhales, blowing that exhale. Start practicing putting tension into that dowel. Elongate your fingers nice and long up towards that ceiling so I know that you're not putting pressure into the wrists and we're putting pressure into the back of those arms. Pull that belly button down into that spine. Create that spine heavy down into that carriage there. What we're going to do from here is not to move the arms but move our legs. In 5, we're going to extend both legs out towards our foot bar. In 3, 2, 1. Slow and controlled. Let's extend those legs out. Slow and controlled, bend it back on in. Now, you guys get to decide, how badly do you want to challenge yourself today? If you're here for a great challenge and you want that advancement, take those legs lower down. The lower you take the legs, the harder it is to control the core. The higher you extend those legs, more control you guys are going to have. Also in today's class, if you ever wanted to make this a little spicier, add some ankle weights in there. In 5, we're going to hold our legs fully extended out. Breathing through it in 4. I inhale as I bend it on in. Exhale as I extend it on out. In 3. Go in 2. Keep that tension in those arms. And let's hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come right away back into that tabletop. We don't lose that tension. Now from here, you guys, let's add some arms. Now as you extend the legs, push that dowel down towards your thighs. Bend those knees, reset those arms back and long. And again, pull the dowel down as you extend those legs. Slow and controlled, bring it back on it. Now another advancement here, not only think about the legs, we can also lift our head, neck, and shoulders. Lift, crunch, and come back down. You got 5. What's going to happen is in 4, we're going to hold that dowel down, hold those legs out, breathe in through it for 3. You guys got this. Go in 2. You showed up today. And hold it there. Now open the legs, open to the width of your dowel. Slow and controlled, close those legs in. So we're holding that dowel down as we open and close. The higher you keep the legs up, more control of that core. Now the lower you guys take those legs, harder it's going to be. For 5. In 4, we're going to come back into a tabletop. In 3, keep fighting. Here, you got this. 2. Last one here. Open, close, tabletop, reset. Now from here, you guys, bring your hands a little more narrow on the inside of those metal eyelets or just hold narrow on your dowel if you're in the straps. We're going to bend those elbows in down by our sides. Back of the arms are resting on that carriage. Slow and controlled. You're going to extend from elbow to wrist, bend it back on in. Let's add some legs. As you extend the arms, extend those legs, bend it back on in. If you want to make this a little spicier, elevate those arms. Do an elevated tricep extension for 6. Breathe in through it. 5. You got 4. Go in 3. We got 2. On this last one, hold the legs out, continue to bend and extend for 10. Go in 9. Modification, hold a tabletop. 8, 7, 6, going 5. You got 4, going 3, going 2. Last one. Bend those knees, bend those elbows, carefully bring it on in. Nice job, you guys. You made it through that lovely warm-up. From here, rest the dowel behind you guys. Carefully bring yourselves on in. We're gonna go ahead, roll over to the right side of our body here. Staying on that same spring. You're gonna come up onto your right elbow. Now, personally, what I like to do is drop my elbow on the headrest, and I like to hold somewhere on my right shoulder block there. But, safety, we have to be careful of our shoulders when we do this. What I need you guys to do is we're gonna grab our dowel. We're gonna carefully pull and cage ourselves on the inside. Then go ahead and support your hand with the right hand onto that rope. You're gonna pull the dowel in front. So I want you to pull towards your hips. Then from there, you're gonna bend in to get that left foot hooked onto that dowel. We're gonna turn out that left foot so the toes and knees are slightly turned out. Right knee is gonna tuck. We're gonna press up and out that right shoulder so we're not sinking into that shoulder, we're up and out. Slow and controlled, you're gonna extend that left leg out towards that back wall. Slow and controlled, bend it back on in. Got a nice little sideline series here for you guys for 10. Try to control that dowel there. It's gonna wanna wobble. It's gonna give you that stability challenge today. Now, modification always, if you're someone who can't stay up on your shoulder like this, lay completely down onto your right side. You do not have to be propped up like this. Also, it is a huge flexibility challenge. If you find that red spring is a little challenging, we can always go down to a blue spring. You can always make it a little bit lighter. In a 5, you're gonna hold that left leg fully extended out. In 3, you got 2. On this last one, take in that nice big inhale, exhale, let's hold it out. Now from here, you guys, slow and controlled, lengthen up towards that ceiling. Slow and controlled, press it back on down. Now from here, your goal, don't rock your hips back. So if I just sink like this, we're not so pretty here. We want to stack those hips, pull up and out that right side of our body. Find that control as we lengthen it on up. Slow and controlled as we go down for 10. What's going to happen is I'm gonna put these two together for a nice little combo. It's gonna be like a nice fluid circular movement here. In 4, go in 3, go in 2, and one more. We're gonna make sure we go all the way up, all the way down, pause at our hip height. Now from here, you're gonna bend in towards your chest, pause. We extend up, then you press it on down. We're gonna go for 10. Bend, extend, press away for 9. Now, everyone's flexibility is gonna be a little different. Maybe you keep that left knee softly bent. You wanna make sure as you go to press that left leg down that you're not squeezing through the back of that left kneecap there. Keep a soft micro bend to make sure that you're squeezing through the hamstring and again, not from the back of that knee. In a 3, we're going to reverse that circle there. In 2. And one more, bending it on in, extending it up, press it on down. Now you're gonna reverse it. We swoop it up towards that ceiling, bend it on in, and then press it on out for 10. Going 9. This is gonna be your last one here. Going 8. Some of you are gonna find this one be like really nice on those hips there. Going 7. You got 6. We have 5. Going 4. You got 3. We got 2. One more here. We gotta finish it out though. Up, bend, extend. Gotta swoop it all the way up. Now from here, what I recommend doing, bend it on in, grab onto the dowel if you can, or grab onto the rope. You're gonna carefully pull that dowel off. Carefully pull it on in. Carefully bring that dowel up and over onto that metal frame. Perfect. Now from there, you guys, doesn't matter which way you exit. To me, 'cause I'm on my right side, swoop those feet on forward. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and change it to our lightest spring. So if you're on a balanced body like me, go to one yellow there for me. Pop off that red. What we're gonna do from here is you're gonna grab your dowel. You're gonna pull that dowel towards you. It is the lightest spring load. So hold on to that dowel carefully. Do not trip over your your metal frame here. Carefully step on the inside of your metal frame. Now, lucky for me, my yellow spring, my lightest spring, is on the far outside. So I can keep both feet very neutral, side by side, with the spring on the outside of me. If you are not like that and your spring is somewhere in the center, make sure you separate your feet and let that spring go on the inside of your legs. We're gonna hold that dowel nice and wide. You're gonna softly bend into those knees. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna bend our elbows wide, pull towards our chest. Slow and controlled, extend those arms back on out. Now when you guys pull to that chest, let's pause. Squeeze into that upper back. Slow and controlled release without locking your elbows. When you go to extend back on out, keep a soft bend for me, and then pull it back on in. We're gonna go for 10. Now, if you've been sticking with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe. See you the next time when I get creative with this dowel. You got 5. Go in 4. What's gonna happen here is in 3, we're gonna hold that dowel pulled in towards our chest. Go in 2. We extend it on out. Pull it on in, pause and hold. Now from here, you're just gonna iso hold. Make sure that you're tucking into that pelvis so we're not sending it into that low back. In 10, we're gonna pulse those arms in and out an inch. Make sure you're lifting those elbows without raising the shoulders up. Shoulders stay back and down. In 5, we pulse it out in 3, 2, 1, away an inch, in an inch. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep fighting, 4, 3, 2, 1, extend. Shake it on out. We're not done with the dowel standing here though. We're gonna bring our hands narrow. Think on the inside of the middle eyelets. We're gonna elongate those arms nice and long. You're gonna sit back and down into your hips just slightly. Don't go too deep. You're gonna keep the arms nice and straight. Elongate those fingers again so we're not using those wrists. Slow and controlled. Pull the dowel down towards your thighs. Pause and squeeze through the back of those arms. Slow and controlled, release it back towards your tower for 10. We have 9. Of course, I'm gonna make this a little spicier. Go in 8. I'm soon going to add a squat in here. 7. Go in 6. We have 5. Go in 4. Go in 3. Same thing here, you guys. Make sure we're not sending it into that low back. Go in 2. Last one, but we don't let go of the dowel. We add a squat. Let's go. You pull it on in, pause, sit down, reach those fingers down, like touch the dowel to that metal frame. Slow and controlled, come up from the squat. Then re-extend those arms. So again, we pull to the thighs, pause. You sit down into that squat. Slow and controlled, stand back on up, re-extend those arms. You got 10. Now, my goal here is to have you guys fight through those triceps today. You don't want to let go of that tension. Tell yourself, I got this. Tell yourself, I can hold that tension. Make sure you don't bend those elbows. We're not pulling it up. You're squeezing through the back of those triceps. We're elongating those fingers. Every time you guys come up from that squat, I want you guys to think, push my heels down deeper into the ground there. Squeeze through the back of those legs. What's going to happen is in 3, we're gonna hold the dowel pulled in and hold that squat. In 2. You guys got this. We're almost done with this series here. Last one, let's go. We pull it in. Sit back and down, hold. Oh, this totally sucks. I know those arms are shaking. You got it though. In 10, we're gonna pulse into those hips in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we pulse it up and down. Ooh, yeah. Try to not let go. Modification, you can always slightly release that tension, but you guys came here for that burn. Pull that dowel in and pulse those hips for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze those glutes for me for 3, 2, 1. Bring it on up. Nice job, you guys. Stay holding on to that dowel there for me. Carefully step out of your metal frame. Carefully walk that dowel on back. Do not crush your carriage there. Rest that dowel again on your metal frame. Last thing we got to do today, sideline on the other side. We're gonna go back to that one red spring. Again, if you don't have a balance body, think your heavy, medium spring load. We're gonna sit onto our left hip. Our left elbow is going to drop down. We're going to make sure we grab the dowel, pull the dowel carefully over, and again, hold on to the ropes. That's what I'm doing to make sure I have a good grip. First, making sure I'm caged on the inside of my dowel. Then I'm going to tuck my right knee in, continue to pull into that dowel so my right knee can bend in and I can push my foot onto that dowel there. Again, if you can't lay onto your side like this with the left elbow pressing in to your headrest, you're more than welcome to go ahead and lay down onto your side. Let's start with our bend and extend. Slow and controlled, extend that right leg out. Slow and controlled, bend it back on in for 10. Now just know, one side might be happier than the other side. Sometimes one hip is tighter than the other one. We got 8. In 7, we're gonna hold that right leg fully extended out. In 6, go in 5, go in 4. Make sure you don't sink into that left shoulder there. In 3, we're gonna swoop the leg up and down. 2. On this last one, hold that right leg out. Slow and controlled, reach that right leg up. Slow and controlled, lower that right leg down. We got 10. Finding that control. Don't use momentum here. 9. We also want to keep our hips nice and stacked. 8. Don't want to be rolling all over the place. 7. You got 6. Go in 5. Go in 4. We got 3. Go in 2. One more here, you guys. Bring it all the way down. We're gonna circular move. You're gonna bend in towards your chest. We're gonna extend that right leg up. Slow and controlled, push it on down for 10. Again, you want to make sure that you're not using the back of that right knee. You're using the back of your hamstring there for 8. You got 7. You want to not use momentum here. 6. You want to make sure it's a slow and controlled movement here. I also recommend not locking out that right knee. So I'm keeping a soft bend into my knee to make sure I'm not locking out the back of that right leg there. We got 3. Inhale. Then exhale as you press it on down. Inhale for that prep. And then again, exhale as you lengthen. We're gonna go ahead and do one more here. And then we reverse. Keep that right leg straight. Lengthen it up, bend in, re-extend it on out for 10. Go in 9. Now again, this one might feel better on the body. 8. Go in 7. Just think, in 6, we get to stretch it on out. In 5, you guys are so close. In 4. Go in 3. 2. And one more here. Pushing it all the way up. Bend it back on in. Go ahead. grab onto that dowel, carefully bring it on in so we don't hurt our shoulder, and then go ahead and place it. I would recommend take your dowel, place it down on the inside. That way we don't have to worry about it hitting our metal frame as we go into our stretching here. For the stretching, you guys are gonna go ahead and change it to one blue spring there for me. If you're on that balanced body, if you do not have a balanced body, give me your medium or lighter spring load. You don't want it too heavy for the stretch. We're gonna drop our right knee down onto the carriage, right foot up against the shoulder block. My left foot is down on the ground, right near my foot bar there. Hands are gonna drop down onto my platform in front of me. You're gonna start to push that carriage away by bending your left knee and elongating the right leg behind you. If you ever heard of a runner's lunge, it is basically a runner's lunge. If you are more flexible, instead of pressing off of your hands, you can of course walk down onto those elbows there for 10, 9, and 8. I got a lovely hamstring stretch here. You're gonna think of it as like a front split. And 3, 2, 1. Stay exactly where you are. Let's just all walk up to our hands. Now from here, I'm gonna move my hands further down so you guys can see what my left leg does. I am going to extend my left leg straight so I go into a split. And hold here for 10. Now if you're super flexible, you can even flex your toes up towards that ceiling there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch out for your fingers. Let's slowly bring that carriage on in. We're gonna go into a middle split. Left foot stays on the ground, right foot goes onto that carriage still. This I'm gonna take my hands to the opposite rail that is across from me. Modification, just bend your knees and hold the stretch here. If you are more flexible on this, keep your legs straight. We walk our hands down that metal frame and we continue to split out into a middle split here. For 10, and 9, we're just gonna switch to the other side. In 8, you can either walk around your reformer or you're gonna slide across like I'm about to do. In 5, 4, 3, 2, watch out for those fingers. Carefully, let's bring ourselves all the way in. Again, you can either walk around to the other side or crawl over your machine like I am. Right foot now goes onto the ground. Left knee is on your carriage. We're gonna start to bend the right knee, push our carriage on out. Drop those hips down and forward and hold. In 10, we got our lovely front split. In 8, we're going to extend that right leg. And 5, 4, 3, 2, extend that right leg. Pause and hold. Again, if you're more flexible, flex those toes up towards that ceiling there. In 10, we'll end with that middle split. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it on in. Square yourselves off to the machine. Left foot still stays on the machine, right foot's on the ground. Reach those hands over to the other side of your metal frame and start to split out. In 10, we'll carefully walk it on in. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully walk it all the way in. Watch out for those fingers there. And shake it on out. Awesome job today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this dowel class. Again, if you stuck around for the whole thing, make sure to subscribe. See when I do this one again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.